Hello, my name is Ox, and this is a presentation about the Circus Clownz NFT project. This is an NFT project with non-fungible token project, which I'll be launching in July of 2022. This is a presentation that gives you an outline of my plans towards launching this year. So in terms of my objective and key objectives and measurable goals, in my quest to launch this year, I'm setting myself apart through creating a profile pic project that has real world utility. So meaning products, softwares, and other networks where people are able to meet each other. Then I want to create a community of more than 5,000 people on the internet, which who are excited to build the next chapter, the next phase of the blockchain. Next, I want to empower and give voice to people all around the world whose voices fail to be heard, and giving five or more artists and stories the through our going letting them go through our artist development program, which would enable them to develop their idea and build that into tokens in that Web3 world. And finally, my main goal is to launch it by July of 2022, especially our tokens. Next, when it comes to what I've done so far, what I want to do, I've started with three main cores, pillars that I've been working on. So the infrastructure, so building the contracts, solidity, smart contracts, and bring the product to life through starting to build softwares and trying them out for myself. Then I've also been completed the Circus website at circusclownz.com, bought the domain, registered it, and secured it. So especially in the crypto space, there's a lot of security problems. In researching, I've been building the infrastructure behind that. But the next phase of building the infrastructure, I would like to develop the product itself and the smart contract. So the gas fees are really messed up there. And next, in terms of art, I've been working with great artists, various artists, to develop marketing and the essential art. So we started here with the early stages of the clown itself. Then we've gone here in terms of we're not totally completed, but this is where we're at right now. In this piece, Richard Branson, we're essentially illustrating to Richard Branson as a clown or part of the Clownz family. Then I've been using the HashLab software and using then Python to generate over 10,000 various characters through layer. So these things are imported into the thing, and the Python script compiles it and exports it as NFTs itself. Then incorporating various themes and individuals relevant in society throughout the pieces. So important topics that we as society needs to bring into the world and the Web3 space. Next, marketing. I've been putting a lot of emphasis on the marketing parts of it, especially because of the negative look on or the bear market where the NFTs are in right now, where there's a lot of bad actors in the space right now, but marketing my project into being something greater. So working in the GTA-based artists to develop marketing material and the whole visual brand of the Circus worlds, and creating a marketing strategy and content rollout strategy with both paid promotions and organic marketing. So in terms of social media campaigns, our main three-part core is to build awareness. Then at the time of mint, we want to show them our mint, and we want to make them aware that we're minting and the value people are getting. And finally, our phase would be to stay relevant throughout the duration of the project cycle. So we would be recognized as a legitimate project by other groups, and we could partner with them. So this is our campaign right now. Welcome to the Circus, where our clowns are introduced, and this is the sketch where we started the project with. So potential problems that could occur with a project like this. With the state of crypto markets right now, the demand is minimal, especially after the whole dump, basically, with the immense supply, meaning bear markets ahead. So so we're hoping that changes, but if that still lies ahead, we're ready to deal with that through building infrastructure and value to our people. It combats this. To combat this, we roll out the project as free mint, and we would take increase in royalties. That could be an alternative, or otherwise the situation changes to the market consensus on NFTs change. We'll continue, but if it doesn't change, we'll continue building platforms and educating consumers. And this is a GIF of some of our plans. And then potential alternatives that we looked into. So community-led project. This is a project where I would sell the PFP token initially and hand the IP and building part of the project to the community, and they would work on it. Then another alternative is the PFP product, where it's just a IP and it's a public IP, and all the rights would be transferred into the individual public, and they would do whatever they want. So if they want to build merchandise, make a TV show out of it, it's all up to them. The famous projects which have done this, also the other model, I was thinking of product-based tokens. I would initially focus on creating massive upfront utility, then releasing it to the public, so increase the demand. And these are all real-world projects which have done that. So this is Blankface, which have community-led leaders leading the project. The founders aren't essentially involved anymore. This is CryptoToads, which is a public IP project where the individual themselves and the whole existence of the toad itself is supposed to contribute to its IP. Then in the middle here is Metakey, which is a utility-based thing. They have partnerships with massive communities, including the open tennis people and other projects, various other projects and events, and they would give that utility back to its community. But to the moon. But our decision making when it came to this project is ultimately we took the mix, all three. The project would partly be community led, but we would still be working on the initial and bigger utility at the same time. So we would be investing some of the money we would be receiving from this back into the project and building greater value for our consumers. Then the main difference is launching without the main thing is that we would be launching with minimal utility, but as the community progresses, we would be building. So it would be a public build of the utility itself, leading and it would also give them transferring the IP. But if all things go wrong, we could always transfer IP. Then evaluating the results as of the successful launch would be as of July 2022, and most signs of and that would be the biggest sign of success. Additionally, in the implementation of projects and programs over the year of 2022 would be the additional success plans. In terms of my plan, other improvements I could have put into this is creating a specific timeline into making smaller milestones, which I could set apart. And if I achieve those, what that means to the overall goal and how I could achieve that. And finally, creativity and problem solving is a massive factor in building these NFTs and building the infrastructure, the next phase of Web3 itself. So rather than using confirmation bias to take lead while making a decision, it's important to think outside the box and think differently. What if this could happen? What if something else could change? What if you could tackle this problem totally differently? Especially in diversification of marketing, I think it's important to reassess your market and how and when the right time is to put your message out there. So right now it's a bear market. We want to conserve our spaces here, and when everybody's bullish again, roll up our play. Then in terms of problem solving, it's the space is constantly changing. People, hundreds of thousands of developers all around the world are developing all of their time into building this space, and also venture-backed companies, massive amount of venture-backed companies. For example, the Twitch CEO is now Justin Khan. He works on a game thing for NFTs, and he has $10 million in backing. That's not much in terms of how much is invested over like the past 10 years. Over $30 billion has been cumulatively invested in the NFT space. So yeah, problem solving and going consistently, pulling through adversity is the important part. I think when it comes to NFTs in the long term, it's definitely going to succeed. But in the short term, it's important to have your focus, your perspective on the right thing, and move through adversity wisely. I think that's and finally, thanks so much for listening to this presentation. I hope this was informative about the whole Web3 space and everything, and hope this will succeed. The plan is here to stay. Thanks very much. See ya.